member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Listen to other great tech podcasts at www.techpodcasts.com.
This is Techwebcast.
Computers, gadgets, another geeky stuff. It's awesome.
And it's from the future.
Follow us at twitter.com/techwebcast
And
On
Facebook and check techwebcast.info for info. Techwebcast.
Turn on, tune in, drop on.
Welcome to episode 271 of the Techwebcast podcast, recorded on 11th of January 2014. Techwebcast is recorded every Saturday and rebroadcast on Aussie Tech Heads on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Please rate us on iTunes and like us on Facebook /Techwebcast. And our hosts today are Brad, Steve, Jody, and Jennifer. Our guest today is Sarah Slocum. How are we all?
We are fantastic. Jake, did you actually mention Aussie Tech Heads as well in that intro?
Yes.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
He did.
He did.
Good stuff. Hello, Jennifer.
Hey there. How are you doing, Brad?
I'm fantastic. And you?
I am great. It's Friday evening here in the States, and it has been a very busy work week. I think everyone is kind of back to work. They're done with the holidays, and so it's been busy, and I'm kind of happy it's Friday now.
And you've been watching Sons of Anarchy, I've been seeing on Facebook.
Oh my gosh, I have been serial viewing Sons of Anarchy for the past few weeks. I'm already in season 6, so I've already gone through all 5 seasons on Netflix, and then I downloaded season 6. So I'm in the middle of season 6. I think I beat you, right? Aren't you in season 5?
Season 6. I've seen season 6 on Foxtel.
Oh, you did see it already. Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, don't tell me what happens. I'm beginning to not like Tara. I'm disliking Tara at this point.
Pretty crazy, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
She's crazy. Okay, we got Jacob on. Welcome back, Jacob. How are you, mate?
I'm all right. And how are you, Brad?
Going good, mate. You filling in for Andrew? He's not on today.
Yeah. Andrew's doing some house hunting today.
Please act like Andrew if you can. We got Jody on. Welcome back, Jody.
I could try to act like Andrew.
I'm joking. How are you, Jody? Right.
I'm doing well. We survived the ice storms. We had some really awful weather this morning, and you couldn't even walk outside the house. Everything was coated with ice, and there were accidents everywhere. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was one of them happened to be a salt truck?
Yes, as a matter of fact, one of them was a salt truck. And the funniest thing, I was going to go to work, and I look outside, and the cars on the street in front of my house, they were just stopped. And there was even a police car. Nothing could move. And people, I guess, had gotten out of their car. And if you can imagine, they were shuffling on the street because it was that slick, with their hands out to balance themselves. It was literally a sheet of ice. Just crazy stuff.
You should be over here in Australia at the moment in summer.
I know, right? Warm Australia.
You should move here when it gets hot, and then move back to America, maybe.
Yeah, it's because we have better sales.
You do. And also, talking of that, you've got an iPad Air, Jody.
Yes. And it's still in the box. I'm going to do the unboxing later. It just arrived today.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yay. How many gigs did you get?
The 32.
That's a great one to go with, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Did you get the cell phones, the LTE on it, or?
No, I just got the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi?
Yeah, because I have a MiFi that I use, so I use that for my computer and also for the iPad. So it
that makes
seems
sense.
more universal. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Save
agree.
some money.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have an Apple TV, Jody?
I do. I have an Apple TV. I've got 2 Chromecasts.
Well, there you go.
I know. I'm like set. I'll never have to leave the house again.
You're like a fangirl there. Oh, hey.
Hello, mate. Welcome.
Oh, yeah, it's been a good week. It's funny that she's talking about snow and ice up there.
Yep.
Here it's been actually warm lately, last couple of days.
That's nice.
But
That's good. So do you have an iPad Air, Steve, at all, or any iPads at all?
I've got one fairly recently. It's the iPad Mini. I got it because I got the 32 gig version vice the 16. So.
Oh, yeah, sweet. So 32 is the way to go, right?
Yeah, that's about a good size. It's not, you don't run out of space yet. You still,
Yeah. Yeah, it is a good size to go with if you're getting an iPad or something, or an iPhone, I think. We have Sarah on. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you very much.
And you're been to the CES, is that correct?
Yes, I am here speaking to you from the Palacios Palazzo.
Oh, nice.
So I'm still in Vegas.
Wow, nice one. Nice one. What have you been checking out there so far? What was your favorite thing you've seen so far?
I don't know. It's really just quite overwhelming. I have 4 days in a row, and there's just tons of stuff, and I actually never even made it to like the main floor.
Wow.
It's so big. It's almost like being at the Louvre or something. There's just, it's room after room and, building after building pretty much of just tons of tech stuff. So
I'm loving the new 4K TVs that they had on there. Pretty good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I got to see those like in person.
Look very nice.
But I definitely read about it.
Okay.
Hey, Sarah, Sarah, is there anything in particular that kind of like leapt out at you that you said, "Oh my God, this is like amazing"?
I mean, a lot of it is probably stuff that I've already read about or already kind of seen. Like I didn't, I was happy to be, like, I finally got to see the Epiphany. Those smart glasses, I got to see those in person, and the ones that they were demoing were actually a lot different than I thought that they were going to be. Like they were primarily just high definition. I mean, from what I understood, they just have the high definition camera that, is automatically being fed to your smart device. And then I also got to try on the Oculus Rift glasses. So those are kind of cool.
Nice. How was that?
It was fun. They actually do make you like a little dizzy at first when you're first getting used to it, because everything's moving, when you start walking, and it's a little bit disorienting, but they're definitely fun. That was cool. Yeah, and I got quite a lot of pictures. I've already uploaded some of them on Facebook, but I've taken a lot of pictures of some of the cooler stuff that I saw, and I'll be continuing to document that. And I also got a few videos of just kind of like, just from my smartphone, but interviews with some of the people, explaining what the technology is and who the company is and everything like that.
Oh, that's
so
great.
I'll be uploading
definitely
those on YouTube.
That's cool. I so want to go to CES. That's so cool. How big is that place?
Yeah, it's really awesome.
How many feet and how many places is it? Like, is it just one big place?
Oh my!
What is it?
It's gigantic. I was asking one of the guys that works here, and it's hundreds of thousands of square feet. The place is gigantic.
Wow.
If not,
because you have the convention center, so that's full, and then there's also they have it at. Don't they have some other displays like in other hotels there?
Yeah, they have it here at the hotel that I'm staying at, like the Venetian and the Palazzo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
So I primarily just stayed. I actually haven't been out of the hotel since I got here on Monday, because I never actually made it to the main floor at the convention center. And it's just, and I never even was able to see everything here in this building.
So you have tomorrow, though, right? Tomorrow's the final day, or is today the final day?
Unfortunately, it's over.
It's over.
Oh my gosh!
So Jennifer, have you been to CS before? Have you ever been?
I've been about 4 times.
Okay.
And I love it every time I go. It's just an absolute ball, for someone who's in love with technology.
Yeah.
It's just wow. It's just the only word that comes to mind. Yeah, definitely. It's something that you should put on your list to do. When it's just a shame that it costs so much to fly out to the States.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Label. What about you, Jody? Have you ever been to a CES before?
Many times when I was with Oki Data and also with Canon.
Wow.
We were exhibitors there. Yeah, it's different, I think, when you're just going and roaming the floor. We were actually showing product and doing demonstrations. Then you have all the vendor parties at night. It's just a different. It's cool because you have a lot of the technology. A lot of the companies are revealing their newest products at CES. A lot of government services organizations here in the States go there. It's kind of we used to laugh about it because it's kind of like a little bit of a boondoggle that they go at the same time. But overall, it is somewhat overwhelming, the number of exhibitors, and everywhere you look, there's something new, different, cool, and I think everybody tries to outdo themselves with the booths. And you couple that with how neat Vegas is in and of itself. If you've never been, Vegas is how would you describe it? It's like a Disneyland for adults.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of putting it. Yeah.
What about you, Steve? Have you been to CS before? You want to go to next year? Or?
I would eventually. It's just, of course, I live a lot closer than what you do, but it's just, more expensive. You got to book it months and months in advance. And
yeah, exactly.
Then,
Yep. And what about you, Jacob? Have you seen anything that caught you all right at CS, mate, at all? Or, you want to report on?
Well, what I was thinking was I like what they did with the WWE.
That's in one of the news stories, so we should talk about that.
They were actually at CES.
That's cool. That's cool. And Chris Voss went to CES.
And I'm talking to him right now.
Who?
Chris Voss.
Oh, yeah? Okay, tell him I said hi. Let's get on to some news then, Jennifer, and we'll come back to Sarah in a minute.
All right, let's get into the news. So the first story comes from Mac Rumors, and it is about the iPhone 6. It says half of iPhone 6 orders are expected to go to Pegatron. Apple's supplier Pegatron is expected to win a contract that will see its manufacturing half of the iPhone 6 supplies. And yeah, that's quite a bit. So it's interesting, according to a report from Taiwan's Liberty Times. Now, currently, Pegatron is responsible for assembling Apple's iPad mini and their iPhone 5C, while the main Apple supplier Foxconn manages the 5S assembly. So the report does not specify which supplier will take care of the other half of the iPhone 6 orders, but it is likely that responsibility will fall to Foxconn. It's also unclear how manufacturing of the iPhone 6 will be split, and it's not yet known if Apple will continue on with its product lineup that currently includes both the flagship 5S and the mid-range 5C. So that's what's going on in Mac Rumors. Any thoughts on? You want me to go through the stories, or shall I pause after each one?
Let's go through all of them, and then we'll talk about it at the end. It'll be easier.
Alrighty. Okay, cool. Okay, well, we have another Mac Rumor story about iOS 7.1 Beta 3. So according to the latest beta that's out, they have revamped the keyboard. They have some darker icons, and there's a new phone look and some more changes. And this happened actually this past Tuesday. Apple released the third beta of iOS 7.1 to developers, which included some bug fixes and some of those visual changes that we just mentioned. So there's actually some images on the Mac Rumors website that show some of the differences. There's a darker keyboard, which stands out a little bit more. It actually looks a little bit nicer. They changed some of the icons. They made them less neon-y, if that's a word, neon-y. I just made up that word. Do you guys like it? Neon-y? Like neon, but neon-y? Yeah. I get neon-esque. Neon-y,
Neon-y's good.
Yeah. So we're expecting some changes that'll be coming out, and we'll see if these changes stick with the latest and greatest iOS 7.1 beta. And we'll see if they come out in the next rollout. Moving on, story from Engadget. This has been all over the news actually lately. Gmail now lets you email Google Plus users directly and still keeps your email address private if you choose to. So even though the rest of the tech world is preoccupied right now with CES, the folks in Mountain View are still working hard. Google recently rolled out a nifty feature for Gmail and Google Plus users, letting them email each other whether or not they've actually exchanged email addresses. That's right. It's now easy to contact somebody that is one of your G Plus contacts. If they have you in their circle, you are able to send them a message and it will go to their Gmail address. So interesting news there, and I look forward to talking about that one. And we'll move on right along. Tech AU, Jason Cartwright, he wrote a story on the WWE Network. They just changed their wrestling entertainment forever. From February 24th, sports entertainment will change. At CES, WWE announced that they are going online in a big way. They actually announced that they will do some online streaming, a subscription service that will cost users only $9.99 a month. Then, that's quite a big savings, because if you think about it, if you're getting a $9.99 a month for a 24/7 stream, it's that gives you a lot. If you think about how much a pay-per-view fight is, it's quite a bit of money. That could cost over $600 if you were to do pay-per-view fights every month. So they're bringing a lot of savings. So they're bringing this in. You'll be able to access it on mobiles, tablets, desktop, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4, and Roku devices. And there'll also be some smart TV apps that we'll expect to see on all the big players. And so that way they'll quickly be able to access their WWE content on demand. Next story. PS4 is outselling the Xbox One by 40%. The story does come from techau.com, Jason Cartwright. And so Sony has really been doing well. They're outselling the Xbox One by 40%. They have passed 4.2 million sales as of December 28th, 2013. So it's quite a big difference over the Xbox One. So good for PS4. All right, moving on. And this is I thought this is our final story. No, it's not. Okay, my bad. So this is a great deal. This comes from The Verge. Motorola is offering a free Chromecast with the purchase of a Moto X. So they're offering this at the $399 price point. So for $399, you get a 16 gigabyte Moto X and a free Chromecast. All right. Yeah. And then our last story comes from marketingland.com. Facebook faces more legal action from sponsored stories, this time for false endorsements. What's wrong with me tonight? Yesterday, Facebook announced that it's scrapping parts of its sponsored stories ad product, and the ads, those ads that you see that show when your friends like something, such as Jody Raines liked, I don't know, Apple computers or something. But what happens is that they are saying that in this case that there's actually they'll throw your name out there and say that you liked a certain company or product when you actually didn't. So the case that they're referencing here right now is one where there's a man. It says the suit alleges that Facebook began showing ads saying that Tony DiTiro likes USA Today. DiTiro claims that he actually never liked, quote unquote, liked USA Today's Facebook page or visited the USA Today website. So DiTiro was actually tipped off about the ad from his friend, and they filed a suit against Facebook about this. Yeah. So DiTiro is seeking $750 for himself and all of the other Facebook users whose profiles were used to promote products that they never endorsed as restitution for having suffered irreparable harm and damages as a result
Wow.
of Facebook's unlawful and wrongful conduct. That's quite funny.
How much does he want, Jen?
$750, and not just for him, but for others too. But yeah, $750.
Almost doesn't seem worth it.
First, I thought you said $7.
I guess it wasn't a whole lot of harm that he suffered.
And this is our last story. So, what do you want? Maybe we should start talking about this one since we just
That's
ended
going to
with
be a
it.
good one.
Go ahead, Joe. What do you think about that news stories?
Well, I mean, the fact that he's only asking for $750 implies that there isn't a whole lot of damages. I think it's totally heinous and wrong for Facebook to utilize our images as pseudo endorsements when in fact we haven't actually opted in. I mean, you could argue that we did opt in because we're using Facebook, but really, I mean, I think it's wrong, but I would think that, he's obviously been irreparably harmed by this. Consequently, I mean, $750, I mean, that's like maybe losing a pinky, but having your reputation harmed should be worth at least a few $100,000, I would think.
Definitely.
Yikes.
What about you, Jacob? Do you have any opinion on these stories at all?
Well, when I was watching the WWE live stream when they're doing it on that website, and I liked what they were showing, and they're going to have like 7 or 8 channels.
Well, hopefully it'll be on the Apple TV.
Actually, I'm sorry to say, Brad, no.
Oh, why is that? Do you know why? Or
Well, it says Apple, iPad, and iPod, and one of the ladies on there. Then she said everything but Android. She's like, that Android's the devil.
okay, well, it is on the Xbox. You realize so? It's on the Xbox. So
Yeah.
So
Xbox.
you never know, mate.
Roku.
Come to the Apple TV. And by the way, Jennifer, what happened to your Roku? Did it break? Did it? Just an off topic.
Yeah, it did break. I had the Roku 3. It was a brand new Roku 3, and it just stopped working. So I sent it back. I got a replacement. The replacement's working fine, but I did find that funny. My Apple TV is never broken.
No,
so
Apple never breaks. It's good. Steve, what about you? What's your opinion on these stories, mate? At all?
Actually, the Facebook one sounded real interesting, and I think this all goes back. I mentioned this previous times. A lot of people, they don't read the terms of service when they click through all that stuff real quickly just to make an account. And of course, in there they may have it in there that they can use your posts or some of the things that you upload to be able to use that for advertising or something. That might be in there. If it is, then obviously the lawsuit may not. It's going to be turned down and rather quickly. Now, of course, it depends if this has been a recent change where they put this in the terms of service at the last minute, then they might win this lawsuit. But then again, I don't think the way they went about, if it is true, if they did like certain things and they did click on like, then I could see them using it. But if they clicked on something that they didn't, like, then I could see there being more of a problem because, I mean, sites like this have to make money somehow, to be able to use a free service. And obviously, Facebook's one of the biggest services out there. It has over 1 billion users, so it's got to kind of pay it somehow, either through advertising or selling some of the services or whatever.
Okay, what about the Xbox One and the PS4 story, Steve? What you mean?
That was kind of interesting too, because I think for a long time the Xbox One was, the Xbox. Not talking about the newer one, but it's been one of the most popular ones, probably because it had the most games and some of the other things. Of course, I know the supposed Xbox before the Xbox One, before it was released. Microsoft's been putting out things like you couldn't share games between other users. There wouldn't be a DVD-ROM drive in it, and things like that might have affected if people are going to be looking at other consoles like the PS4 and other gaming consoles. So yeah, it's very interesting.
All right, Joe, do you have any other views on them stories at all?
I don't watch wrestling, so I don't really have a view
You
about
don't?
wrestling.
What about the PS4 and the Xbox selling out?
I'm not really a big gamer. The only thing I'll tell you what, I was tempted to get one only because they have the what is the one that everybody does and they work out and they lose weight when they're doing it?
The Wii?
The Wii?
Yeah,
Wii.
the Wii.
Mm.
Yeah, that one. I was thinking about that for about 10 seconds.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, but instead I go out and walk my dog or we
think
do
Yeah.
agility training.
Yeah, I think it's better that way than doing it. Yeah,
It looks cool though.
yeah, it is cool. What about you, Sarah? Do you have an opinion on them stories?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the Foxconn, Foxconn's going to be, I guess, manufacturing some of the iPhones, or
I think it was Petragon, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Pegatron.
Pegatron.
Pegatron and they were talking about Foxconn too, but Pegatron was going to be is expected to win a contract that will have them manufacturing half of their iPhone 6 supplies. It says so.
Well,
But I
I
think
just picked up on the
Foxconn will still
Foxconn.
stay around. Yeah, I think they'll still stay around. Foxconn. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually, I
they
might
are.
have something to add to that too, because now, if they're getting the parts from Samsung, of course, they had many lawsuits between the two. Supposedly, Samsung's been copying some of their intellectual property, so they've been making a move away from Samsung. And so I'm guessing too, another reason, of course, if they supply some of their parts, they're kind of wondering if they're going to take that information and use it against them. Of course, they came out there was rumored different devices for Apple, which it seems Samsung also tried to beat them to the punch by releasing several products before Apple. So that might have to do with that as well, if we're talking about supplying parts for Apple.
That's interesting. I mean, the reason why I picked up on it is because I remember reading, I don't know, about 2 weeks or maybe a month ago, that Foxconn is creating a $200 million wearable fund. So if Apple's getting more into the whole wearable market with their smartwatch and everything, it kind of makes sense that they're going to be gravitating more towards Foxconn if they're also, getting more into wearables. So
Yeah, that's interesting. That makes sense.
And then I guess it kind of seems understandable that Facebook is kind of distancing itself from the sponsored stories, because the last 2 weeks, maybe like a month, I certainly remember Facebook asking for feedback. I don't know if you guys remember that, but whenever when it showed the sponsored story, it would say, rate this on 1 to 5, how relevant it is to you, if you're interested in it or whatever. So they were definitely, testing out the metrics, getting people's feedback. And I guess they decided to, pull back a bit because of it, which is probably good, because there had been, I think a fair amount of negative feedback and, negative user feedback about it.
All right. Anything else, Sarah, you want to mention?
I thought one story recently, I'm not sure if it's exactly this week, but I don't know if you guys caught the story about, I think, Tokyo University starting to levitate very small objects with sound waves.
Oh, neat. No, I didn't see that story.
Oh, yeah, it's super cool. So there's two different institutions that are working on it, but they're literally they put speakers all around, in a circle, and focus it, right in the middle. So probably about 2 feet diameter of 2 feet. And they're able to manipulate the sound waves in a way that can make objects go up and down and move around in circles. And there's a YouTube video about it. Yeah, I tweeted about it recently on the I Love Media Inc. page, which is at I Love Social Meds. But that was one story that still sticks in my mind. Another one, I guess, is
I just
tweeting
Google searched
sharks.
that, by the way. It was amazing. Like this, people need to Google what you just talked about. That's really cool. I'm watching it right now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. That's
Oh
really
yeah,
cool.
it's so cool. It's
Yeah.
and if they're already at that capability, I can only imagine that in 5 years we're gonna, completely have some type of equipment and technology to be able to, really, levitate more heavy objects, which will completely change, just be like a whole nother factor in, the ever increasing technological development, and, revolution or whatever. So
Okay. That's good. So
it's definitely
Sarah is the guest today. Jody and Jennifer and Steve and
me.
and Jacob is back on Viber because Skype has messed up for him. Sarah, you went to the CS, or you're at the CS at the moment? I'm not sure where you are at the moment.
Yes, I'm still here. I'm going to be here until tomorrow, most likely.
So what have you been up to since you've been there?
For a while, I've also just been doing some work in the hotel room, and but basically, I've been here with this new company. It's called Immersive Dynamics, and they're a new startup. They're pretty in stealth mode right now, but they're working on bringing a new type of collaboration workstation that's going to be kind of interactive and immersive, and it's going to have 3 separate monitors, which are all connected with, 3 separate video cameras. And but I'm starting to work with that company and help them with their marketing and their social media and stuff like that.
Nice.
And they can be found on Twitter at Immersive Dynamics, and Dynamics is spelled DYNAMX. And you can also find them on Facebook now. And so stay tuned with them. They're
I'm on the show.
they're not present at the moment. They're not going to be on today, but
not today, but in the future.
Oh yes, definitely.
What about Google Glass, Sarah? What's your view on that? Well, I don't think we spoke about that before yet. Have we asked you about Google Glass?
Yeah, I also met with Dave Gilbert. He has a startup, Evermind, and Evermind, they are working in IoT, the Internet of Things.
Cool.
And they're kind of focusing, it's a new startup. He's from Nashville, and the company, I believe its headquarters are there. And they're kind of focusing more on the elderly population, but they're doing IoT so that you can monitor your appliances and electronic equipment within your home.
Oh, nice.
And then it has an application. So say if you have, if your mom or your grandma is getting old and you want to, know when she gets up and turns on the coffee pot, or when she woke up and turned on the light, you can connect a whole bunch of different appliances or electronic items to this application, so you can tell, what's going on in the house.
Nice one.
What's the name of that app again? Of that service?
It's called Evermind, EVERMIND, all one word. And the founder and CEO, his name is Dave Gilbert. And getting back to your question, Brad, about Google Glass, I met with him yesterday. They're here. The whole team is here. And he just got a new Google Glass. So
okay.
I actually got to play around with it a lot more. And aside from that, from the time that I tried on Scoble's glasses, but I got to play around with it a lot longer, and it's really awesome at how the voice recognition works really well, and it takes like 2 seconds to say, if you're in prompt mode, to say, okay, Glass, take a picture. And it's like practically instantaneous. You get a picture right then and there. And, being able to get to the web, it's the whole user experience was really enjoyable for me.
Would you pay the $1,500 for the glass, Sarah?
No.
I'm asking Sarah, not you, Jacob. Sorry. I know you would.
Well, I'm a little bit on a budget right now, but I'm probably. I think they're going to be coming down in price this year. That's my understanding.
I hope so. If they come down in price, I might get a pair for $100 on, but I'm not going to pay $1,600 for it.
I don't think they're going to. I mean, I think they might come down. I have no idea, but maybe like 600 or
I'm still that amount of money. I'm happy with the iPhone. So Jody, any questions for Sarah at all?
Yeah, Sarah, I guess I'm wondering what you're at CES. Was this something that you had planned on going to before, or did it just kind of come up at the last minute? It sounds like a lot of fun. And did you run into anybody that you thought was cool to meet in person?
I've met I definitely have met like a few new people here. Obviously, like I've talked to lots of people at many different booths and everything. I didn't get out, I wasn't able to see Scoble while he was here. I wasn't able to see Julian Blinn or some of my other Facebook friends and everything like that. So
yeah, but did you meet Grumpy Cat?
Grumpy Cat, was he there? Was he?
Grumpy Cat.
Grumpy Cat.
If
let's get to the important things.
That would be one cool cat to meet. I reckon that'd be me. Yes, that's
one. You were one tough cat to crack.
A smile.
Yes.
But yeah, this was, I was obviously thinking about coming to CS, but I didn't plan it till probably finish the plans till like a week before coming here. And, that's a lot in part because of the work that I'm doing with immersive dynamics. And, so I'm starting to help and work with that company in the social media marketing and, other aspects. So yeah, but it's been a really fun experience.
So you didn't meet iJustine then, Sarah?
No, I didn't.
Okay. That's one.
But Chris Voss did.
Chris Voss did, and that's one girl we need to meet one day, Jacob, I think. Steve.
Yeah, I didn't even know she was here, actually.
Yeah, she was there at CS, yeah.
This place is gigantic.
It is. I'm sure it is big. Steve, any questions for Sarah?
Yeah, you noticed you said something about your company. You mentioned some new workstations. Obviously, usually when we talk about workstations, they're not really geared toward consumer, the average consumer like mom and pop and grandmother and stuff like that. So it's going to be more geared toward, I guess, business or enterprise.
Exactly.
So
yeah, the initial target market's going to be more enterprise collaboration users.
And so exactly what could you use this for? Because you said there somehow, I'm still trying to figure out in my mind how it's going to be, because you said you're going to have some kind of integrated camera system, so it'd be like teleconferencing them together, or you said also multiple monitors or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not really at liberty to completely discuss too much about it, but there's going to be 3 different monitors, 3 cameras, and it's going to be geared towards interacting with multiple sources at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And
jumped in.
If Steve's finished, answer the question. Can Jacob? Steve, you finished?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Sorry, mate. Go ahead, Jacob.
They'll be coming out with some more like a press release, or they'll be coming out with more marketing material within soon. So just if you want to follow them on Facebook, then you can keep up to date on what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Jake, wait your turn, mate. Please don't jump in like that while Sarah was talking.
I said sorry.
Well, just don't do that. Go ahead, Jacob. What did you want to ask Sarah?
Well, what I was going to ask was, how did you find this company? And when did you join?
I'm just working with them as an advisor right now, so it's nothing super official, official or anything, extremely serious. But I met them at Black Box in Atherton probably 4 or 6 months ago.
Nice.
Okay.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Sarah, any plans coming to Australia or anytime soon?
No, not at the moment, but I will certainly keep you posted.
Cool. Good stuff. Jennifer, any comments or any questions?
Yeah. So, Sarah, you have a business. Is it called I Love Social Media or your consulting business?
Yes.
What is it called? Okay. I Love Social Media.
It's I Love Social Media Inc. Incorporated.
Inc. Okay. And so people, if they want to get in touch with you, they just, you have a website associated with that, or because I see your Facebook page, and is there I Love Social Media Inc.com or?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
actually I have the URL. It's not up at the moment, but it will
Okay.
be up.
Okay, cool.
And I'm also on Twitter and Google Plus, and I'm also starting to focus more on PR and stuff. So,
Wait,
I'm sorry.
I
Yes.
was just gonna ask, what social networks do you recommend to your clients to use?
It really depends on what industry or
Yeah.
what their
I guess-
product or company is, but
Right.
there's obvious, like, the main ones that I think are important are, obviously Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Crunchbase, AngelList, especially if it's a startup, Google Plus, and if it just depends.
I guess it depends on the
Instagram,
clients.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. So,
Yeah.
if it's more music based, like, or just music sites or.
Do you think that, speaking about music and social media, you know how MySpace did their new relaunch? What was it, about 6 months ago or a year ago or something? Do you think that even stands a chance of making a real comeback?
I think they have. They obviously haven't reinvented themselves as a music platform, kind of like Reverb Nation, and I think that, if you're in the music industry, then it's definitely a good platform to have your profile up on.
Yeah. I'm wondering, because I haven't used, like, I recreated my profile, when it came out in beta, and I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. But then it was just bands upon bands upon bands as far as friend requests. So I just kind of let it be, Yeah.
I've also been getting a lot more into clout, like, these days. I'm actually trying to, give plus Ks to people.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's also a good network to explore, just to check out, who's influencing who, what their influence is or whatever, if you want to look up a business. So I use that.
Idea.
And then I also started using Rebel Mouse recently.
What is it?
Rebel Mouse.
Rebel Mouse? Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
It's like a Paperly where you link up your Twitter, your Facebook, a multitude of other networks, and then it will tell you analytics information, about how many people, how many hovers you got, how many engagements you got.
This is cool.
This is for WordPress,
Yeah.
Sarah? Just for
No, it's a social network.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Now, what about Google Plus, Sarah? What's your view on Google Plus? Do you use that more than Facebook, or you use both the same, or what?
I'm a pretty solid Facebook user and supporter.
Yeah.
And I've been using Facebook for, since, for at least 8 years. So I'm very experienced, and I like that a lot. I've started using Google Plus, but I I don't really spend that much time on Google Plus like I do Facebook.
Yeah, right now, because me and Jacob, we were actually admins on your Facebook page, right? For the social.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good. You get a lot of hits on that page.
I mean, I haven't, I've only done marketing on that page. So, currently it's like I haven't been really growing, I like doing any serious like marketing on it, but within my own network of people that, on my own friends on Facebook that are into technology and innovation, I've definitely been getting a fair amount of engagement on it. So
good stuff. Now, Jennifer, let's talk about TV for a minute. I sent you a link the other day to a live stream. Did you watch it at all? The 84-hour thing?
I didn't watch it. I'm trying to recall what it was. I remember liking what you sent me.
Yeah, it was.
And
there was 3 guys. They stayed up for 84 hours. Beat some marathon thing with TiVo, watching TV.
That's right. Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't watch it. I didn't tune into it. But I do love my TiVo though. It's
But it was quite interesting.
Go ahead.
They actually stayed up for 80-something hours or something. Couldn't believe it. They actually did it.
How many hours? 84 hours? Is that what you said?
4 days, I think it was something.
Sounds like me.
Gosh.
Unbelievable. It's to do with some record or something. I don't know what it was. Some TV binge.
World record.
Well, they do. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what you said, Steve.
Yeah, world record.
Wow.
But
yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that.
I couldn't even do it. Could you do it, Steve?
Like I said before, it sounds like me. No, I couldn't do it. I've tried.
What about you, Jody? Could you start for that amount of time or not?
No, I get sleepy.
I would do that as well. Then.
Yeah.
I don't know how that.
I mean, except for I guess you'd have to take a lot of caffeine, right? And just thermogenics or something. I guess I don't know.
But it's a good way to promote TiVo, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So Sarah, what else have you been up to the last time we spoke? Any cool apps you've been checking out on your phone or anything like that, or you want to mention?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I don't know. I mean, the main ones that I've been using, I'm getting more into Circle. Are you guys on that?
No, we don't use that app. I don't use that app. You're on an iPhone, right?
No, I'm on a Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep.
But yeah, Circle. It's founded by this guy from Stanford, and it's been growing a lot. And it has
on Techwebcast before.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I use that one. I'm using Highlight a little bit. I mean, obviously all the main ones.
Have you gotten into Jelly yet?
Oh, I love Jelly.
Jelly's fun.
No.
It is very fun. You should get it, Sarah. It's really fun.
What are you doing on it?
How much?
So you ask questions, or people ask questions of you, and you answer, and it's everyone based upon people that are in your network or friends of people that are in your network.
Jelly.
Yeah, Jelly.
Jelly.
Is this?
Yeah, Jelly. Yeah.
Is this by like?
It's a guy from Twitter.
By Ev.
Facebook guy.
Yeah, it's from.
Yeah, the Twitter guy.
Yeah, Twitter. Baz is
Oh, the Twitter guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize they had an app out already.
Yeah, it's called Jelly. Yeah, you should get it, Sarah, and check it out, mate.
Yeah, I will. So it's kind of like Quora a little bit or something.
Yeah. Jody, have you used it yet? Have you checked it out yet, Jody?
I don't understand how it's different than Quora.
Well, apparently,
Is it?
You take a photo and then ask a question to it, and they answer it.
Okay, Jen, is it different?
Oh yeah, it is different. It's like it's just more social, in my opinion. It's more fun and social. It's all device based, right, rather than web based. And you have the little cards that pop up, and you just swipe the card away if you don't want to answer it, and you can thank people for their answers and tell
Was
people
it kind
that
of like
they had
an apples to apples, like?
Oh, I haven't played with that, apples to apples.
Oh,
but
no, I mean it's a card game, but.
Oh no, I haven't even. No, I don't know that card game. I mean, I'm sorry. I guess I should, right? It's popular.
Yeah, no, you should.
Because I love Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get it, Sarah. It's a good app. You should get it.
It's fun.
How about Next Door?
What's that?
Next
Do
door?
you guys? Yes.
No, what's that?
Oh gosh, you guys have to check out Nextdoor. It's really cool. It tells you everything that's going on in your neighborhood. It's kind of like a Craigslist for your neighborhood.
Oh, interesting.
Cool.
Have you done Banjo?
You know, so-
Banjo's like that.
Oh really? No, I haven't done that one.
Banjo does a lot of the events. So at a place like CES, I would think that it's good because you can see who's nearby. Like if somebody's driving down the street and I'm connected with them on Facebook or another social network, it tells me that they're nearby, which is kind of weird. It's cool and creepy at the same time.
Oh, that's like Highlight.
Like highlight.
Yeah, I love Highlight. I use that Highlight every day. It's a really good app. I met Tony.
I use it.
Yeah, I've been
Well-
getting a lot of notifications, obviously, being here.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Have you met anyone off Highlight before, Sarah? Or?
I met you through Highlight.
No, I mean, have you met anyone in real life, like actually in person?
Yes. The guy from Evermind that I was telling you about,
Oh, yeah.
the founder of that company, I met him on there. I've met quite a lot. I've met a few techies. I've met somebody from Platfora. It's kind of a Microsoft, I believe, or it's a startup in San Mateo. They're into big data. I've met. I'm not sure. I've met like, or at least talked to quite a few people, like people that are into tech on Highlight.
Good stuff. Good stuff. What about you, Steve? Do you use Highlight or any of them sort of apps at all, mate?
I think I might have tried a couple of them. I think Circle maybe at one time or another, but
Okay.
I just use mostly the major ones. But
Yeah, it's really hard to get people onto new apps, I think. I can't get them on there. I don't know why they don't try them out.
I mean,
Well, I'm learning all about a lot of new apps from you guys today.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
on Zafo and them sort of apps, but they don't-
Have any of you tried Just Me?
Yes, that's
yeah.
that's the one app we tried. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, we've had Keith on.
Yeah, Keith's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith's.
I had it on my old phone, then I lost it, and I got a new Galaxy. So for some reason, not all my applications transferred over.
Yeah.
So I have to
And that one-
re-download Just Me.
You can't. It's pulled from the App Store and from Google Play, and it's not. And then the servers were shut down. So even if you had it, it wouldn't work anymore because the servers are down.
He's rebranding it though, right? Has a different name or something.
Yeah, he just launched Chance, which is just iOS only. It's not for Android, and the plan is for him to release certain apps. So they're taking all the moving pieces of Just Me and turning them into apps. So the first one that they're doing is Chance, which is where you basically take a chance at talking with a stranger. And it's kind of like in that private, anonymous type of space. And none of the content that you share is saved on the network or saved on any servers. It's gone, right after you close the chat. So he has that. And then he's launching a few others within the next couple of months. So we'll see.
Yeah, he's actually coming up on Techwebcast very soon too. Keith,
okay. Nice.
Come on there. Yeah, if you want to join in, Sarah, please let us know when he's
Okay, yeah, definitely.
when he's on. 'Cause I'm sure you got some questions for him.
I really enjoy the Gilmore Gang show too.
Oh, that's a great show. Yeah, I love it. I watch it every Sunday. Yeah, it's a good show.
I like how they've incorporated the video into it.
Very cool. Very cool. Jody, have you seen that show before, the Gilmore Gang?
Oh yeah,
What do you think?
absolutely. I like it. I like the exchange of information. The fact that they don't always agree on everything. I think it's intelligent dialogue.
It's funny. I reckon it's great. Jennifer, have you seen it?
I have a while ago. I need to watch it more or listen to it more rather. Yeah.
But yeah, Jacob, do you want to say anything before we go? We're going to wrap up very shortly. So
Yeah, I've watched it with you, Brad, and it's actually a pretty good show. I love it when they have their mess ups.
yeah, he's got a good setup there, by the way. Too. He's got a good.
Yeah, most of them. Sometimes they have sound issues.
On Skype, exactly. That's what we have there on here sometimes too. But nothing about that.
I'm using Viber.
Exactly. You wouldn't even know that you're not on Skype, Jacob.
Right.
All right, Sarah. Anything else you want to say before we go? Where can they get hold of you and stuff?
On Twitter, you can get me at Sarah Slocum. That's SarahSlocum. And my company one is at I Love Social Meds, MEDS. And you can find Immersive Dynamics on Twitter at Immersive Dynamics, Dynamics spelled DYNAMX. And yeah, and I'm just having a great time here, or I had a great time at CS, and I'm having a great time in Vegas, and I just wish that I would have been able to meet up with a few other people. Yeah, so there is definitely some of my online friends, my Facebook friends that were here, and I wasn't able to meet up with them. Like Chris Voss actually highlighted me yesterday, but I didn't get down into the nation like in time. And I wanted to meet up with Marla Schullerman, I believe her last name is. And I also was hoping to see Sarah Gabriella. She's here as well. But aside from that, had a great time on the show.
You know a lot of cool people, Sarah.
Thank you.
Sure you.
I always love meeting interesting people.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. Steve, what's your final view of this show and wrap up of where can I get hold of you on that, you know?
It was an awesome show today. And if you're a cute looking girl, you can find me at @chatterbox_live.
Your wife would like that.
Steve, did you see any CES at all during the week? Favorite thing of CES or?
Some of the 4K monitors and televisions, they've been going down in a little price, competing a little bit.
Yes.
They're right around, I think, 600-ish. I think there's like 2 different models or brands out there.
So you're going to get a 4K TV, Steve? Or you're going to get a 4K monitor?
Probably not. I mean, the ones I've got right now are pretty good. So, and then recently I did get a LED or flat screen television, so that's still good.
Oh, nice. So you watching Netflix on there and stuff?
I used to. I haven't. I kind of quit watching Netflix, but a lot of the stuff I just watch online now.
All right, fair enough.
Good
answer.
Another site.
Yep. All right. Jody, what's your final view of this show and CES highlight and that sort of stuff?
Well, as always, it's great to get together with you guys on a Friday night here in the States, and which is a Saturday afternoon for you in Australia. When some of the things that I've been hearing about CES and the different technologies just really blows my mind. And I think of all of the things that I've heard of, and there's been so many, somebody had posted about this wearable technology where instead of doing something like Google Glass, these actually would be contact lenses that have all of the capability. And I think that we're
there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we're here. Jennifer?
Are you here, Jen?
I think Jennifer's here.
Uh-oh, we're losing Jennifer. But anyway,
Okay, go ahead, Jody.
I was just going to say that was to me, that was somewhat mind-blowing about how technology is becoming wearable.
Yeah, definitely. Are you not into the 4K stuff at all, Jody, or not interested in 4K TVs?
You know what? It becomes one of those things. I know when it first comes out, it's very expensive, so I'll probably be once it's out for a little bit,
Okay, Jody, Jennifer just mentioned a giveaway. No, we don't have a giveaway yet, Jennifer, but we will have one soon. So we'll mention that probably next week. That's really bad audio. Okay, Jacob, what's your final view of the show and your CES highlight and stuff?
Hold on. My CES highlight is when I got the news for WWE was making their new network. But one thing that sucks about it, they won't put it on the cable boxes.
Well, hopefully they'll have it on the Apple TV, mate. Then you get rid of your cable TV altogether.
No, because I'll watch it on my Roku.
Oh, Roku's suck anyway. I'm going to buy one of them. Are you there, Jennifer?
What's that?
Oh, sorry. Telling
Jody.
Oh, about the Roku because mine broke. That's the first time mine has ever broken, though. I've had about 10 Rokus, and it's the first time it broke. But yeah.
You must have a lot of gadgets in your house, Jennifer. You must have a lot of things there.
It's like a Radio Shack, which I guess you don't have a Radio Shack out there. It's like whatever your electronics store is in Australia, it's like that.
JB Hi-Fi.
That's our house.
We do have that sort of thing here in Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? What's your big electronics store in Melbourne?
Probably JB Hi-Fi or them sort of places that have that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Would you have any CS highlights at all?
Me? I was watching some of the wearable information as well, and I thought one of the cool things was that device that you can put on a baby and monitor the baby's like heart rate and know if it's moving and that kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of cool. Like if you're a new parent or a parent that has this newborn, just to be able to monitor your child that way, not just from a baby monitor, but to actually have a sensor on the baby and monitor it that way. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely. For me, you can get me on Twitter, Brad Oz and Techwebcast. The 4K TVs were fantastic, Jennifer.
Oh yeah, the 4K, and those have come down in price.
They have, yes, they have.
Yeah. Are you going to get one? Do you think? I know you just bought a TV, but maybe in a year or two.
Maybe. What about you?
Yeah, probably. But not this year. Not this year. I'll wait another year or two.
Yeah, I know that Kogan's putting out one for around $1,000, which is pretty good.
Oh, that's a great price.
One coming out in February, which was good.
It's amazing.
Yeah, no, and 100-inch that they're trying to make out of 4K TV.
Oh my! I don't have a house big enough for that.
No, I don't either. Also, Netflix is coming out too with 4K with that TV show. What's it called?
House of Cards.
House of Cards.
House of Cards. Yes.
House of Cards. Yeah.
That will be in 4K too.
Woohoo! Can't wait for that.
So if you've got 4K TV, you can watch it in 4K.
You can watch it in regular K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll watch it in 2K.
Did anybody
3K.
else check? Did anybody else check the Bonnie and Clyde documentary remake?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, it was pretty good.
Is that on Netflix?
No, it wasn't on Netflix. It was on.
I heard about it.
It was on the cable TV network.
Okay.
It was like a 4-hour-long show.
Oh wow.
Oh, but another thing I wanted to say, backing on what Jody was talking about in terms of wearables and stuff, there's another cool thing that I read about recently. I can't exactly remember the name of the startup, but it's this girl from, she's actually from Peru, but she's going to school in Brazil. And I think she studied abroad in China. And she's putting like sensors and stuff into your fingernails and on your eyelashes, so that when you tap your fingers or when you blink your eyes, you can open doors or take pictures. Like you can connect it.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Wow.
That's crazy. Indeed, it is. Steve, we have a request for you to do a Arnold Schwarzenegger voice before we go.
Oh shoot! I've got to get it. It takes a while to get in the character.
What's that, Jody?
Was that request from Steve for Steve?
Oh yeah, who is that?
It's from Jennifer, actually.
Oh jeez.
It's from me. Oh, that was from earlier.
I'll try. I don't think it's going to turn out right.
Go ahead, Steve.
Welcome to the Techwebcast. Welcome to the show. That's it. That's all I got for you.
We put you on the spot.
We did.
I know. I think it happened once before.
Really jumped the shark.
You always do that every show. I don't know why.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, thanks for being on, guys.
Thank you, Sarah, for coming on.
Yes, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, everyone.
Enjoy Vegas while you're there.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Living vicariously through you.
Hi.
Yeah, send the pictures on Facebook.
Bill, Eric, and myself as we bring you the latest, most up-to-date, important tech news that affects you from Australia and the world. Weekly podcast available each Friday through iTunes. Watch the live stream recording of the show at live.thesecrethub.com each Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. or GMT plus 10. Call in live via Skype or chat in our lounge. However you get us, just make sure you do. Listen or visit our website for more information, www.aussietechhead.com.au. Aussie Tech Heads, Australia's longest-running tech news podcast.
Well, that's it for Techwebcast this week. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed having your mind expanded. expanded. Tune in next week for more tech talk with Brad, Jason, and whatever crazy guest they've managed to rope in. Don't forget to get the Techwebcast app from iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at Techwebcast, and of course check us out on Facebook too. Until next time, may the tech be with you. Peace.